Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like Dom singing. Blasting like bombs.
What's up, peeps? My name's Devin, that's Zane, and this is Buffet Sports. It's NFL season, so of course, that's what we're talking about. So enough waffling. Let's get the fuck in there and let's do it. Gang tackle. Gang tackle.
Yeah.
That's a huge win. So that leads us into then, let's start with the Lions-Cowboys game to make our picks.
I like
Now, for the new rules of our pick'em, okay? We can pick the spread, the money line, or the under over. Obviously, if you pick the money line or the spread, you're backing a team. If you decide to take the cop out and go under over, you still need to make your pick for, which way you're going, and that will ultimately decide who wins that game. So let's say we both take the under in a game, but we back different teams. That decides who gets the point for that game.
All right. Bet.
Okay. So starting off, let's start with Cowboys Lions. We have a -3 spread. So the Lions are favored by 3 points. And then the under over is 52. So that's really what we need to know. And being that the Lions are favored by 3 points, they're also favored on the money line. So I think the 3 points is a gift. I think this is a 10-point game from the Lions. I'm circling the spread. Give me the 3 points, and I'll take it. And obviously, that's my pick. So, where are you going with that?
I'm going Lions. How you would say it is with the spread, right? You're going with what they're thinking. Yeah. So give me the Lions 3 points with the spread.
Okay. So next, now we'll shift back to Thursday night now. What's happening tomorrow night? We have Niners Seahawks. We kind of have the stage set already because we talked about the division here. It's a slop fest right now. The 49ers are coming off of a loss to the Cardinals. The Seahawks are coming off of a loss to the Giants. So bounce back game for both sides. DK Metcalf is notorious for having not DK. Debo is notorious for having his way with the Seahawks. So there's that portion of it. We also have Jordan Mason. We don't know what he's going to be like there. We're coming off of a Brandon Ayuk game. So I don't know which way to lean in this game. The Niners are favored by 3.5 points, so they're getting the home sort of lean of a field goal and a point. And then the under over is 48.5. So I don't know where to go. I'm going to let you lead this one.
Well, DK also gets his way with the 49ers, just not when it comes to receptions or points, but he does get his way with that defense, if you know what I mean. But I'm gonna go 49ers plus 3.5. I like that one.
-3.5. You're taking the favor.
Oh, I'm gonna take 49ers -3.5. I'm not a big believer in the Seahawks this year. I think they haven't played that many competitive games.
I think this is a closer game than that. I don't really want to take the spread. I don't want to take the cop out of the money line either. Or sorry, not the money line, the spread. So I'm just going to take if I was betting on the game, I was putting money on it, I would take Niners just money line. It's close enough, -176. I feel okay taking that. Sunday morning, we have another Sunday morning game. This is in London. So this is basically a home game for the Jags.
Ooh.
We have Jags Bears. This is kind of interesting. We're coming off of 2 boom games from both teams, a win from both sides. The best we just gave Trevor Lawrence his white man of the week, so very convenient in that way. Caleb is putting the pieces together. I'm mistaken. I've been saying that we haven't seen Keenan Allen. He's played the last 2 games. He just is we just haven't noticed him.
Yeah.
So the Bears are favored in this game.
Really?
-1.5 points. -1.5. They're favored by 1.5 points. They are -130 on the money line, and then the under over is 44.5. I am taking the Jags straight up on the money line. It's +110. If I was a betting man, coming off of that game, this is the first time Caleb's going to ever deal with like overseas things. The Jags are seasoned at it at this point. I'm taking the Jags in this game.
Yeah, that's home field advantage for the Jags.
I'm taking them in this game. I'd feel even comfy taking the spread at +1.5. I mean, that seems like a gift to me. So I would feel comfortable either way.
I think the one thing that these guys don't take, because they've been great. The people who have been doing these points, they've been very accurate and very great with their predictions. You know, the
It
system,
is their
the
job.
casino. But I feel like they don't. I feel like when it's across, when it's
The
overseas,
pond.
yeah, I don't think they take that into consideration
I don't think so either.
because you would have had the Jags being favorites if you did
Yeah.
take that into consideration. So give me the Jags plus 1.5.
Look, this might be the sneakiest pick of the week. This might be the best lock. I might look, Jags. So you're taking the spread, or are you going on the money line too?
I'll take the spread.
You're taking the 1.5? Okay. Yeah, that feels like a gift. We are headed to Sunday night now, where we have Bengals Giants. Okay. And the one part I left out of my whole spiel for a reason is the wild card to the Dallas division, the Dallas, Washington, Philly division. Not that the Giants are going to compete for a playoff spot at all. Okay. But they've got some upsets under their belt. And it's the NFL and anything can happen on a week to week basis. Not saying they're going to win this game, but they also might be spoilers later in the year for Dallas because they just win random games and then they screw up the seeding, right? So, Bengals are coming off of the heartbreaking, heart-wrenching loss against the Ravens. They're 1-4. They are officially, by the standings, the worst team in the NFC, or the AFC. I'm sorry. They are favored, though, only by 3.5 points. So they get the lean here by a field goal and a half. They're favored, obviously, on the money line. The under over is 48.5. They're gonna burn me. I know it. I'm gonna take the bounce back spot and just take the Bengals on the money line. I don't even want the points. I'll take them on the money line.
Yeah, after the spiel that I had about the Bengals, I feel like it's only right to go with them. They have got to be the best worst team in the league in the past 10 years. That is what I'm going to say. So I'm going Bengals. Give me the money line.
So now we've got Monday Night Football. Bills, Jets. Jets are coming off of a debacle in London.
Yeah.
Bills, heartbreaking loss against the Texans, but showed some grit in the fact they didn't have Shakir, a lot of drops. This is a game where Josh Allen's got to lean into, a little bit of a revenge game from last year, the opener where Xavier, not Xavier, is it Xavier? I think that's his last name. The guy Gibson, who returned the punt for the touchdown to end the game last year in week one. I don't remember his first name, but a little bit of a revenge game, bounce back for both spots. Bills are favored in this game by a field goal, basically. -2.5. They're favored on the money line, obviously, and then under over is 40.5 here. What do you see here? Because Robert Saleh got fired.
Yeah.
And this is the first time in like over a decade that the Jets have fired a head coach in season.
But we were here last year. There was plenty of coaches getting fired. There was a lot of movement last year. And you know what happened? You know what happened?
That's the thing. The football gods favor you when you fire your head coach in the next game, okay?
Yes,
but it's the Jets, and it's not Zach Wilson, so I can't go with it. I'm taking the Bills on the spread. I'm taking the -2.5. It's a field goal. I feel like we're gonna see some good old Aaron Rodgers. And
I'm trying to think if the Bills defense is good at stopping the run or not. And I can't remember because Joe Mixon didn't play versus the Bills. So we don't really know how
I wouldn't make
right
your
now.
prediction on that because even Breece Hall, when you're playing a team that's not good against the run, Breece Hall puts up 20 yards. So it's like,
I know he's been shambles these last 2 weeks. You know what? It pains me to do this to my lad, my guy, but give me the Jets plus
you're
3.5.
gonna go Jets.
Give me the Jets plus 3.5.
Plus 2.5. Okay, you're gonna take
plus
the spread.
2.5. I think that defense, with the amount of drops that I'm seeing from the Bills and how just the defense, I don't know. Maybe.
So do you think it's a
Shakir
close game, or do you think the Jets win the game? Because the spread, you can still say that they lose the game, but basically they get 2.5 points added to whatever their score is, and they would win the game. So are you saying that the Jets win still? Like they cover and win? Okay, wow. Okay, so you're saying they cover and win. Okay. Well, yeah, obviously they cover, so they win. Okay, wow.
Yeah, I'm saying they win just based off of that defense. I did not like how the Bills offense was looking versus the Texans.
I agree with you. The next one here, this is 11 o'clock game. This is the last one we'll talk about in depth. We have Commanders Ravens. This should not have been an interesting game by any means, but it is. So we're here. We're excited about it. The Ravens are coming off of obviously the win against the Bengals. The Mandos look like world beaters at 4-1. Ravens, though, are favored by almost a touchdown, minus
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah.
They're minus 300 on the money line. The under over is 52. Now, here's where it is. I thought about this all day. I'm going to cop out and take the under at 52.5, and I'm backing the Ravens because there's two different worlds I see. The Commanders are not winning this game. Let me get that out of the way.
So either.
They're not going to win this game, but there's a world where 6.5, they cover. Like, they cover, but it's still under because to cover, they have to keep the Ravens under 30 points to win this game. So it has to be some sort of 2020, not 2020, but like 25-24 sort of game for them to even keep it close. So it's an under. Now, if the other way I look at it is the Ravens just run away with this game by halftime, but then the second half, they just spend it with a couple field goals and running the clock out. So they don't hit the over. So that's why I'm going to take the over, but I'm still backing the Ravens. The spread, I don't like large spreads in the NFL. I don't want it, and the money line is minus 300, so it's not worth betting.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are going to eat in this game. I think this is going to be the first Commanders like brutal loss that they have this season. I think.
So what are you taking then?
I'm taking the Ravens. I think this is going to be a bloodbath. I think this is the tester game, and I think the Commanders are not going to come out of this tester game well. I think this is going to be.
So you're going to take the spread here? You're going to take the minus 6.5?
Yeah, I'm going to take the minus 6.5.
So you think this is at least a touchdown game?
Yeah. I'm saying the Ravens are about to eat against that defense.
Okay.
And the Ravens defense is still pretty flipping good. I mean, Jayden Daniels, their run game is all right. It's not great. It's mostly just Jayden Daniels willing that team to good wins. I don't know.
Brian Robinson's been pretty good this year, but I still don't think it's enough to get the job done.
I think it's a tester game, and I don't think they're going to test well.
I guess that's the end of it. You'll have to wait to see our ugly faces till next week. I'm Devin. That's Zane. We talk about the NFL here on our show called Buff A Sports. Peace and love. Make sure you subscribe if you feel like it. That'd be cool. We'd like it if you subscribed and liked the video.